What is the role of neuro-linguistic programming in conflict resolution? Before we talk about the role of neuro-linguistic programming, NLP does in conflict resolution, let's talk about what is it all about. Neuro-linguistic programming is a communication and self-improvement approach that studies how thought, the neuron, language, linguistic, and behavioral patterns programming works together. It focuses on how people think, speak, and act, and these patterns can be changed to improve communication, confidence, and problem solving. Now remember, conflict can happen as a result of communication breakdown, lack of communication. Now, NLP, which is neuro linguistic programming, helps you understand how you think, your mental habits, how you speak, words, tones, body language, how you behave, your reactions, and habits. By becoming aware of this, you can reprogram certain patterns to be more confident, calm, persuasive, or focused. There are common neuro linguistic programming techniques. One of them is anchoring, creating a physical or mental triggers that helps you feel desired emotions like you calm, confident. For example, taking a slow deep breath before speaking to feel calmer. It's about anchoring. Reframing, changing the way you look at a situation or creating a more helpful perspective. That is about reframing, seeing a mistake as a learning opportunity when you reframe. There's a rapport building, one of the techniques in neuro-linguistic programming, improving communication by matching someone's tone, pace, or body language to create trust. That's the rapport building. There's the visualization. Imagine yourself performing well to increase confidence or focus. There's the positive language pattern, using clear, encouraging, and goal-focused wordings. What can neuro-linguistic programming help us with? Better communication, public speaking, confidence building, negotiation and conflict resolution, managing stress, setting goals and staying motivated. Remember, neuro-linguistic programming as a popular coaching and communication training, but it can be useful for set of communications and mindset tools. Now, what is the main role of neuro-linguistic programming for conflict resolution? One of them is the rapport building. Rapport means creating a sense of connection so that the other party feel heard and respected. It happens by matching their tones. If the party speak calmly, you speak calmly. Using similar wordings they use. Maintain relaxed body language. Why it works? People open up and conflict more when they feel understood and which reduces tension. The role of neuro-linguistic programming in conflict resolution is about reframing. Reframing helps you and the parties in the conflict see the conflict from a helpful angle. For example, instead of saying they are attacking me, you could try they are frustrating in trying to express their needs. And why it works when you reframe, it reduces emotional reactions and encourage problem solving. Another role of NLP and conflict resolution is perceptual position. This technique helps you understand the situation from 3 points of view. Your view, what you feel and want. Their view, which is a party. Imagine what they might be feeling or needing. Another one is the neutral observer. Imagine watching both of you from outside. When this happens and why it works, you gain empathy and solution become more clearer. The mental mode question is another role the neuro-linguistic programming plays in the conflict resolution, the mental role questions, and these are clarifying questions to reduce assumptions and misunderstanding. For example, when you use questions like, what exactly do you mean? What exactly do you mean can explain what happened from the other person's side. What outcome will you prefer? And this kind of questions, clarifying questions, stops argument based on assumption, and it helps to uncover the real issues behind the conflict. Another role neuro-linguistic programming played in conflict resolution is anchoring calmness. This tool helps you manage your feelings before and during the conflict. How? Taking a slow deep breath, relaxing the shoulder, reminding yourself of a time you felt calm. Why it works? Because calmness helps you think clearly and speak respectively. Because when you are calm, you ask clarifying questions. What made you feel that way? What is the main goal for both of you? Because it helps conversation move from argument to solution. Positive language pattern is another role neuro-linguistic programming helps in conflict resolution. Use words that focus on solution, not blame. Because it's a positive language patterns, it programs you. Instead of you saying you always, you can say, I would prefer if blah 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 blah, you state it. Instead of you saying the problem is blah blah blah, you can say let's work on so so so. And why this helps? Why is this very helpful? Why does the positive language pattern helpful? It reduces defensiveness and encourages cooperation. Remember, neuro-linguistic programming is a communication and self-improvement approach that study how our thoughts, language, and behavior patterns work together. It focuses on how people think, speak, and act. And these patterns can help us improve communication, confidence, and problem solving. It helps you understand how you think, your mental habits, how you speak, words, tones, and body language, how you behave, your reactions and habits. By becoming aware of this, you can reprogram certain patterns to become more confident, calm, persuasive, or focused. So, it's very important to know these tools, because in reframing and conflict resolution changes the way you look at situations to create more helpful perspective. You see mistake as a learning opportunity. And when you build rapport, you improve communication by matching someone's tone, body language to create trust. By the time you combine positive language patterns, using clear, encouraging, and goal-focusing wordings, you tend to reduce or de-escalate conflict. Neuro-linguistic programming can help us in better communication, public speaking, building confidence, negotiations, conflict resolution, managing stress, setting goals. Remember, is a popular coaching and communication training. So it's very important we know how to use these tools, so we're able to do better in the conflict resolution.